Hello, good morning, dear students. Welcome to KLS Gokte College of Commerce, Belagavi. Myself, Professor S.B. Vendigeri, Department of Economics, taking online classes for 6th semester students. Dear students, in the last class, we have understood the poverty and its related explanation and topics. Okay, what are the causes of poverty and meaning of poverty? We have understood in the last class. And in today's online class, let us move on to the next topic, that is consumers price index numbers. Dear students, this is a most important topic even for 5 marks, 15 marks as well as case study question. So focus on this particular topic. Okay. Consumers price index number, CPIN. Even they may ask in abbreviation for 2 marks, expand CPIN. Consumers price index number is the answer for that. Okay. Now look at the meaning of index numbers. What is index number? An index number is a mathematical device to measure changes in the level of economic phenomena, and it is used to measure changes in the price level and value of money. It is nothing but index numbers can explain, most importantly, the value of money and price level, how the price level affects the value of money. And there is a inverse relationship between price of the commodity and value of money. Okay, that we are going to understand with the help of inflation. Inflation is part and parcel of this particular aspect. Okay, and if there is an inflation means the deliberate continuous increase in the general price level and decrease in the value of money. If it is happens, and how it will be calculated with the help of index numbers, you have to understand. Okay, so mathematical device, index number is a mathematical device to calculate current year price on the basis of base year price. Okay, how to calculate current year price on the basis of base year? There may be fluctuations in the current year price, but base year is always remains constant. Okay, it is assumed to be base year. Okay, we may assume that 1991 is the base year, 2003 is the base year. Okay, so once we are assuming a particular year as a base year, based on that prices, what will be the price in the days to come, that is called as current year price. Okay, so here price index numbers are a mathematical devices to measure the changes in the level of economic phenomena, means how the economic activities goes on changes. So what happens usually? Of course, the economic activities phenomena goes on changes because of changes in the price. Once price goes on increases, it will affect the different classes of the society in a different way. If prices are very high, poor class people and middle class people suffer a lot. Okay, they have to pay more money to purchase less quantities. Got it? Common people like you and me must pay more amount of price, more amount of money to purchase less quantity of goods and services. This phenomena, this economic phenomena hinders the entire economic development of the country. Okay, so this can be explained with the help of index numbers. What changes have been done in few years because of change in the price. General price level means a change in the price of all goods and services. How long it affects the entire economy? Is it good for the economy, or is it a boon or a curse? That we have to understand. Okay, so in index number we can understand the current year price based on the base year index. There are various types of index numbers. Index number, we may calculate index numbers on different way. Okay, it may be for a wholesale purpose, for a retail purpose, or general purpose, for example, or index only on consumption purpose, or else only on the basis of cost of living index purpose, we can calculate index numbers for the different reasons, for different purposes. Look at the types. First type is general purpose index number. In this type of index number, we are going to calculate the price level as well as value of money in general in relation to all the goods and services in the entire economy. This general purpose index number is applicable to all types of goods and services in the economy. Irrespective of any type of good, it is applicable for everything. Whatever is sold and bought in the market, for those entire goods and services, general purpose index number is applicable. Okay, general index numbers, general price level, what changes occurs in the general price level, if you are able to understand, that can be understood only with the help of general purpose index numbers. Okay, look at the second one, wholesale price index. Sometimes what happens, we are going to understand what changes have been done in wholesale price compared to base year price, what changes have been done in the wholesale, for example, goods. Okay, wholesale goods and services. If you are able to understand, we can apply the wholesale price index method for that. So with the help of that, we are going to understand based on the base year price, what changes have been done in the wholesale, for example, price. Look at the next one, retail price. Sometimes we may calculate index numbers on only retail price of the goods and services. Okay, retail means the goods and services which are supplied to the market and the street vendors. Okay, when they are selling it in the market and consumers like you and me finally going to purchase the goods for our consumption, sometimes we may calculate index number on those type of goods. That is called as retail price index. Index number of consumption goods, we can also calculate index number of only the consumable goods, not the capital goods. Okay, understood. Sometimes we may also calculate the price index number of the durable goods, non-durable goods, perishable goods. It goes with again in this way. Okay, so here we can also calculate index number on the basis of retail price and consumption goods. I said consumable goods, fruits like all types of fruits, for example, tea and coffee, sugar, for example, whatever consumable goods are there, we can also calculate index number of those goods. Keeping particular, for example, year as a base year, we can calculate the current year price of those consumable goods. That is called as index number of consumption goods. Now, working class cost of living index number. We can also calculate index number on the basis of the cost of living index of working class people. Suppose a particular working class family spending ₹1,000 today, what will be the for example cost of that particular family in the days to come, we have to calculate. If they are spending today ₹1,000 as their, for example, daily expenditure, what will be the expenditure of the same family in the days to come? That is called as cost of living index number. Sometimes what happens, cost of living index is automatically goes on changes because of price. They have to pay more price because of increase in the price of the commodity, because of inflation. Common people can also pay more amount of money to purchase less. If such is the condition, their cost of living index, what happens, goes on increases. Okay, so this is what I mean to say about the types of index numbers. Now look at most important part of the index numbers, steps to construct or calculate the index numbers. What all steps or what we call it as components we need to have for the calculation or else construction of index numbers. These many steps required for systematic calculation of index numbers. What is that? First one, selection of base year. What I said in the beginning, we must keep a particular specified year as a base year called 1993, maybe 2001 or whatever base year. If you are taking in the beginning, that must be the base year for that. Based on that year, you are going to calculate the price changes in the price level in different years in the days to come. So we need to have the base year for the calculation of index numbers. Second step is selection of commodities. We need to select, as I said, retail commodities, wholesale commodities, for example, okay, consumable goods, durable goods, non-durable goods, capital goods, perishable goods. We are calculating index numbers of what products we have to understand. Okay, in the beginning, we are going to calculate the current year price or index number of what products we have to decide in the beginning, and we have to choose only that particular goods. Suppose if you are calculating the index number of consumer goods and you are not supposed to take the producer goods there or else perishable goods. Okay, if you are calculating the index number of durable goods, you are not supposed to choose the non-durable goods for that calculation. If you are doing it, your answer, your calculation may goes wrong, for example. Okay, whatever goods and services you are choosing, that must be related to your calculation. Okay, so selection of commodities is much more important for the construction of index numbers. Next one, collection of data. Very interesting, very important step to construct index numbers, that is how to collect the data information. We need to have data information. Data information means what is the price at present. Based on that, what will be the price in the future? We have to calculate. Suppose if the price of vegetable is 10 rupees per kg today, that is called as base year price. If you are collecting the information of a price of a particular vegetable today now itself, that is comes under base year price. Based on that today's price, what will be the price tomorrow, for example, that you have to find out. So to find out tomorrow's price, you need to have today's price first. Okay, hope you understood. So you need to collect the price of those goods today. What is the price today and what will be the price tomorrow, you are going to calculate. That is called as collection of data. And averaging the price of base year. Okay, how to average the price of base year. Okay, after collection of data, we must average the prices. By averaging, we mean deriving a simple arithmetical average, okay, for the base year. This requires reducing of prices in the base year to a common denominator like 100. So base year is always equivalent to 100. This is to be done because the subsequent variation could be expressed in terms of a percentage change in relation to the price of the base year. Hope you understood. For this purpose, we need to have averaging the price of base year. Now, calculation of price relatives. How to calculate price relatives? The next step is to calculate the price relative of each commodity. Taken into account is price relative is a percentage variation in the price of a commodity in relation to the price of that commodity in the base year. With the help of equation, if you are able to calculate the price relative, that is price relative is equal to price of commodity A in current year, that is P1, it is indicated as P1. Okay, price relative is equal to price of a commodity A in current year. Current year is nothing but it is indicated as P1, I said, divided by price of commodity A in base year. What is the price at what was the price earlier and what is the price at present into 100. Okay, PR means price relative is equal to price of commodity A in current year divided by price of commodity A in base year into 100. It is nothing but I means index numbers is equal to P1 upon P0 P dash into 100. Okay, PR is nothing but I is equal to P1 divided by P dash or P0 into 100 is equal to, for example, calculation of price relatives. Okay, now last step of construction of index number is obtaining index numbers. How to obtain index numbers? Index number you are obtaining only when there is a proper equation. In is equal to summation I divided by n. In means index numbers is equal to summation I means the total value of those goods in base year divided by number of goods what you are going to choose. Okay, understood now? So these are the steps for calculation of index number. Now look at how to calculate the consumer's price index numbers. On whatever the steps we understood now, based on that, this is the picture for calculation of index numbers. Here I have taken 5 commodities like rice, cloth, house rent, education, entertainment. These are the 5 commodities I have selected for the calculation of index numbers. Okay, in the next column I have given the base year price as P dash. Rice is rupees 20, cloth rupees 2, house rent is rupees 5, education 1 rupee, and entertainment rupees 50 paise only. So these are the prices of base year. Okay, 20 rupees, 2 rupees, 5 rupees, 1 rupee, and 50 paise are the base year price of these 5 goods. Okay, look at the current year price. Current year price is indicated as P1. I said rupees 60, rupees 4, rupees 20, rupees 2, and rupees 1 rupee 50 paise. Okay, rice current year price is 60, cloth current year price is 4, house rent current year price is 20, education current year price is 2 rupees, and entertainment current year price is 1 rupee 50 paise. Based on these current year as well as base year price, we have to find out index number. Okay, how to find out that? Again, in the next table, if you are able to see, you are able to understand how it is simply calculated. Okay, again I mentioned 4 column. First column I have written rice commodities, second column base year price, third column current year price, fourth column calculation PR is equal to P1 upon P dash into 100. So here first column commodities, first one rice is there. Rice is 20 as I mentioned earlier. 20 is nothing but is equal to 100. You know why? Why 20 is equal to 100? 100 is nothing but base year index is always taken as 100. So 20 is equal to 100. Again, you write 100 for all the remaining 4 commodities. Cloth is rupees 2 is equal to 100. House rent is rupees 5. It's also is equal to 100. And education is 1 rupee is equal to 100. And entertainment is how much? 50 paise is also equivalent to 100. It means 5 commodities are equivalent to 100. 500 means what? 500 divided by 5 commodities again is equal to 100. So base year price must be always equal to 100. Whatever may be the price, but base year index is always equal to 100. Okay, so 500 divided by number of commodities 5. Okay, 500 divided by 5 is equal to 100. Again it is equal to 100. Base year is always taken as 100. Now look at the current year price. How to calculate current year price? Here current year price is 60 for rice and base year is 20. Okay, for rice, if you are looking at the price of rice in base year and current year, the price of rice in base year is 20 and the current year is 60. Look at the equation there. PR is equal to P1 upon P dash into 100. What is P1 here? P1 is current year price. P dash is base year price into 100. Okay. So PR is 60 and P dash is 20. 60 divided by 20 is equal to, into 100 is equal to 300. Okay. Understood now what I am telling? PR is equal to P1 upon P dash into 100 means P1 is current year price, that is 60 rupees. P dash is base year price, that is 20 rupees. I am talking about rice. 60 divided by 20 into 100 is equal to 300. Look at the second commodity, that is cloth. The current year price is 4 rupees and base year price is 2 rupees. Now I am talking about second commodity, that is cloth. Okay. So here again use the same equation. PR is equal to P1 upon P dash into 100. So P1 means current year price. What is the current year price of cloth? Here it is 4 and base year price is 2. So 4 divided by 2 into 100 is equal to 200. Like that 20 divided by 5 is equal to 100 is equal to 400. Sorry, 20 divided by pi into 100 is equal to 400. This is about house rent. Look at the education. 2 upon 1 into 100 is equal to 200. And entertainment, it is 150 divided by 50 paise into 100 is equal to 300. The sum total of all these current year prices like 300 plus 200 plus 400 plus 200 plus 300 is equal to 1400. Okay. 1400 divided by again 5 commodities. How to calculate the current year price here? Summation ln in is equal to summation I divided by n. In means index numbers is equal to summation I, the total price, for example, the total current year price, that is 1400, divided by n means number of commodities. Okay. 1400 divided by pi is equal to 280. Okay. So base year price is 100, current year price is how much? 280. What you understood here? So the price of these 5 commodities increased 28 times more than earlier price. It was earlier 100 rupees, it becomes now 280 rupees. Whatever you paid rupees 100 for a particular commodity, you are now paying for the same product, you are paying how much? 280 rupees. You paid 100 rupees for rice earlier, now you are paying how much for the same rice? You are paying same rice, same weight, you are paying 280 rupees. It showcases that there is a hyper increase in the price level. It is because of inflation, it is because of economic phenomena, it is because of economic, for example, crisis in the economy. It happens. It is because of several factors. There is a hyper increase in the price of these consumable goods compared to base year as well as current or present price. Okay. Earlier it was 100 rupees, now you are paying how much? 280 rupees. You have to write, after this calculation you have to write one sentence. The base year price of these products was 100 rupees 100, now it increased to 280 rupees. It means there is a 28 times increase in the general price level of these goods compared to base year. That you have to write, for example. This is all about the index numbers. Now look at next topic, inflation. Okay. What is inflation? Inflation means what? It means the deliberate or continuous increase in the general price level and a decrease in the value of money. When there is a continuous increase occurs in the economy, it is because of many reasons. There is a possibility of continuous increase in the general price level. General price means price of all goods in the economy. The deliberate increase in the continuous increase in the price as well as the deliberate increase in the price. Okay. And automatically what happens, if there is a continuous increase in the price, there is a decrease in the value of money. Money loses its value. Losing of value means what? When price increases, the value of money come down means you are paying more to purchase less. More money chasing behind the few goods. It happens sometimes in the economy, in emergencies, lockdowns, okay, and for example, what we call it as lockouts supposed to be crisis, economic crisis. These can be happening due to natural calamities. Sometimes in the economy, inflation appears. Okay, more money chasing behind few goods. That is called as inflation. Okay, there is an inverse relationship between price and value of money. This point you have to understand. Inflation appears in the economy because of deliberate or continuous increase in the price, and automatically value of money, what happens, come down. Why value of money come down? Because there is a inverse relation, opposite relationship between general price level and value of money. Okay, and it also means that more money chases to the few goods. Inflation is also defined as more money is always running behind the few goods. Why? Suppose if the Belgaum district commissioner announces today, tomorrow there is a Belgaum Bandh. I am going to explain the example of inflation here. If Belgaum district commissioner is announcing today, tomorrow there is a Belgaum Bandh. What you are doing? Common people, consumers like you and me, rush to market, and we are going to start purchasing of different goods which are required tomorrow. Okay, and when we are purchasing those goods, no, we are not looking at the price. You know why? Because tomorrow there will be a scarcity of these goods. Looking at scarcity of these goods, we are ready to pay any price for that. Okay, if such is the condition, what happens there? Whatever may be the price, but demand, what happens? Automatically increasing. When demand increases at whatever price, that is the situation of inflation, when more money chasing behind few goods. It is a monetary phenomena. Inflation is not a private phenomena. It is a monetary, means government phenomena. It happens at government level, and government is the decision maker, and government is the only authority which can control the inflation. And it is the rise in price after full employment level. Inflation means inflation appears only when after full employment condition is reached. Full employment means what? When we employ all the resources, when all the employees will get the jobs, when the employment condition is fulfilled completely, after that inflation starts. Okay, now it is the situation of excess demand and short supply. Inflation is a situation of excess demand. Demand is increasing like anything. In every second, every minute, demand is goes on increases. But you can't fulfill that demand as easy as possible, as soon as possible, by increasing the supply. Supply cannot be increased as soon as possible as demand increase. Okay, if demand increasing in within second or minute, you can't fulfill that demand in seconds or minutes. It takes a lot of time to increase the production level or supply level. You need to have additional infrastructure, buildings, constructions, okay, raw materials, electricity, labor, technology, equipments, spare parts. But you can't collect all these infrastructure within a second or minute, for example. Okay, so because of that, excess demand condition and the shortage of supply condition is also known as inflation. Now look at the types of inflation. Demand pull inflation, cost push inflation, wartime inflation, post-war, peacetime, and creeping, walking, running, and galloping inflation. Okay, demand pull inflation means what? Sometimes inflation appears due to increase in the demand for raw materials as well as goods and services. Okay, understood? Inflation appears in the economy because of increase in the demand for inputs like land, labor, capital and organization. When the demand for these factors of production goes on increase, producers are paying more amount to gather all these resources, and automatically they are increasing the price to make balance to recover their cost of production. Okay, to recover the cost of production, all producers are automatically increase the price of the commodity in the market. If such is the situation, that is called as demand pull inflation. Sometimes cost push inflation. Cost push inflation is nothing but increase in the cost of production. Can also sometimes um, encourages inflation in the economy. What I said in the beginning. Okay, when the cost of production, the cost of the land, labor, capital organization goes on increases, they pay more to purchase that factors, and they start increasing the price of the commodity in the market to recover their cost of production and investment. That is called as cost push inflation. Inflation at war time. Inflation in the war time, in the sense, sometimes inflation appears because of war taking place between different countries. If there is a war between Iraq and America, its impact is on India. You know why? If war takes place between Iraq and USA, automatically there is a general hike, general increase in the price of petroleum products. We need to pay more amount of money for purchasing petrol. War is there between Iraq and USA, but impact is on other neighboring countries like India. So sometimes, like this, inflation appears in the economy because of war between the countries. Peacetime, post-war inflation. Look at the next point. Sometimes inflation appears after the end of the war. If war completes, after completion of war, again due to scarcity of goods or due to collapse of so many, for example, raw materials, again there is a increase in the price level because of scarcity of goods. Okay, and peacetime war, peacetime inflation. Sometimes inflation appears in the peacetime when there is a for example, what we call it as peace and prosperity in the economy. If there is no foreign attackings, without any disturbance, sometimes inflation appears in the economy. Look at the next one: creeping, walking, running and galloping inflation. This type of inflation, in the beginning, if inflation start entering into economy, that is called walking, creeping slowly, it appears and covers the single part of the small part of the economy, and again it becomes walking and running and galloping, means continuously it goes on increasing in a furious way, like in a galloping speed to cover the entire economy. Once it covers the entire economy in a galloping speed, it will not taken back, because it is not that easy to control even by the government or the common people like you and me. Okay, so this is all about the meaning and types of inflation. I hope all of you understood. Thank you very much.